We've had our discussions about Ice Cube and the Big Three.
Mm-hmm.
There is a new official brand of clothing and everything, apparel.
A new sponsor for the Big Three.
And you already know because you sent me the story. I'm excited. Starter.
Back in the house.
Because everybody wore starter jackets in our era.
Man.
Starter jackets.
If you had a starter jacket back then, you was the man.
I remember.
Number one. What was the number one starter jacket?
The Hornets. Everybody had a Hornets jacket. It was Hornets, Bulls a little bit, and the Orlando Magic. I remember was what everybody was running. And it was Raiders and Kings as well.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Raiders and Kings. But
yeah.
I remember. So here's two stories about interactions I had regarding my jackets. The first was I had a Nike jacket that looked like a starter jacket. It was a Nike jacket. And I got dogged out because I didn't have a starter jacket. It was a Nike jacket. I had a Nike jacket. I mean, it was a 49er jacket. And you would think like, oh, you know, Niner haters, right? You know, they'd say something. But no, it was about the fact that it was a Nike jacket and not a starter jacket. I'm like, for real? Like, for real? So, and then when I did get a starter jacket, my first starter jacket was a Laker jacket because
not the
Laker fan, and people was like,
not the Lakers,
dogging me out. And it wasn't that
nobody had a Laker starter jacket.
And the crazy part was people were Laker fans, but they were like, why did you just buy? You should have got the Hornets, man. The color, or you know. Yeah. I'm like, well, like I like the Lakers, like
because that Hornets jacket with the Jordan 5s.
Right, and that was it.
Perfect combo.
That was it. You had the grapes.
Perfect combo.
Yep. So
yeah, man. I wasn't in a position to get a starter jacket as a kid growing up.
They didn't match the Ewings.
Nah, they didn't have any. They didn't have any that matched. So you know, I couldn't.
Or the next 6'6"?
The next, yeah.
No, but no, I'm kind of excited now because like I'm not gonna lie, like. As much as I love the Big Three and I've watched every season, I love the Big Three. I'm excited about this season too. I think I already mentioned, you know, Dwight Howard's jumping on the squad, so I'm excited about it because you know more and more people are getting more attention. It's spreading out, but I've never been like I gotta get one of their jerseys.
Might have to now.
But like, and it's not just because starters doing it, sort of is, but
but that's definitely
It's a big contributor. I mean, I love starter jackets back in the day. They were dope. So the fact that, you know.
I think this is a great collab by Cube. I think the genius behind it has to be acknowledged because, especially from our era, I don't know if the new generation, if these younger kids are going to latch onto it, but just the nostalgia value of a starter jacket from the 90s. Yeah. Like, I imagine that's going to have a huge impact.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it leads to starter coming out with throwback jackets stuff. And you have all them, and people will be rocking them Hornet jackets all over again. Yeah. I'm still gonna buy a Laker one.
I'm gonna get a Clippers one.
That's just a waste of money. But no, I mean the nostalgia, the fact that like you can't tell me that like Ice Cube was rocking the Raiders starter jackets. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure that factored in. He was like, "What brand could I get?" I could be dead wrong. He might have been shopping around with Nike and other places, but something in my heart tells me that dude was literally like, "Who can we go after that ain't nobody got?"
Right. Starter. Yeah. And I mean, the fact that they're even still around is kind of because I haven't heard boo from Starter.
I'm for sure so. if they release some starter jerseys from the Big Three, I'm gonna grab one. Yeah, for sure. And I would love to see that turn into some throwbacks and get them jackets back out and all that. I mean,
this might be the catalyst that brings jerseys back because you remember how huge jerseys were back in the day. Everybody used to rock jerseys. You don't really see them too much now. I mean, at games and stuff, just out in the street.
Yeah, we used to wear jerseys all the time. I mean, I
used to have jerseys.
You know, it's a trip. I still have a box in my storage.
Of jerseys?
That's all the jerseys I had in high school. Like, I mean,
might be time to break them out.
I have so many jerseys.
Might be time to break them out.
So I don't.
Start it. Let's start the trend.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
So
let's bring it back.
But yeah,
taking it back to the old school.
Because I'm an old fool who's so cool.
If you want to get down, let me show you the way.
Whoa.
There it is. Let me hear you say. All right.
Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me make. No, I'm not gonna.
You about to drop the whole verse?
We'll get copyright flagged on this episode. Doing karaoke on here.
Nah, that's pretty dope though.
It's dope. I'm a cop. I'm a cop it.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad Cube decided to go that route. Because like you said, Nike seems like the viable option. You know, Nike's everywhere right now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you would think at the very least maybe Champion,
right?
Maybe Reebok,
yeah,
Nike for sure.
You got Adidas,
but the fact that he threw out and got the starter, I'm kind of
Under Armour would have been another one.
Yeah,
yeah.
So Puma,
starter.
I mean, there's a few other brands that could probably do it, but starter.
Puma would have been good too.
I'm on
the heels of Puma with but Puma doing their collab with Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting to see Puma doing a collab with Big 3 also.
Yeah.
But yeah, starter seems like the appropriate.
I'm ready for the starter
perfect
takeover.
Fit.
Get the starter. That logo was iconic.
Yeah.
The S with the star in it.
I think I might need to buy some stock in starter because.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are they public?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
You're right.
I'm about to find out.
Well.
Yeah, because that'll definitely. There's definitely gonna be a little notch in that one. Gotta be.
Yeah.
That one's got to go up.
Yep.
Starter's about to take over.
I'm down for some starter.
They used to do the hats too.
How many of y'all remember? How many out there listening right now wore starter? Drop a comment. What starter jacket did you rock?
Which one did you have, and which ones did you want?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
If you didn't get the one that you wanted, which one did you want?
I feel like
was it the Hornets?
I
feel like that had to be the top.
I feel like it's gonna be the top.
That had to be the number one starter jacket. Had to be,
and it was because of the Jordans.
Yeah,
I feel like that was the main factor.
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
Speaking of, because I know Will Smith rocked the Jordans in the Fresh Prince. Did he ever rock a starter jacket?
He did, I believe so. I'm gonna go with yes.
It seems like it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
I can't specifically think of like an episode where I remember him wearing a starter jacket, but I feel like it's possible that he did.
I feel like it. It was the trend at the time. I feel like you know he kind of followed a lot of those trends. So
yeah.
Probably.
That's what's up, man.
So well, I guess we've reached.
First, you turn the hat, then you bend the hat.
Turn it, bend it. You had to get that nice. I always had a pet peeve with hats where people used to put the point when it was folded with a crease.
Yeah.
It got to be round, man. You got to get that curve.
I like the round. I was never a fan of the flat bill. And I mean, I'm not a big hat dude anyway.
I'll go flat before I go pointed corner. But yeah, I
was never a fan of the flat. I always liked the
little bit of a curve, yeah. There's some people that over curved.
I was probably an over curver.
There was too much curve at one point, but
the very few times that I had a hat, I was an over curver.
It's crazy. You can 3D print a thing now that you just put on your thing, and it creates
curve for you.
The perfect.
Damn.
Keep it symmetrical.
How'd you used to curve your hats back in the day?
You just picked up your hat. That
was it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have any tricks or anything?
No, I had a homie who used to he'd take his hat, he'd curve it, and he'd stick it inside of a mug, and leave it there overnight.
Partial military tactic, but a cup, a bottle of starch, can of starch, whatever it was, depending on how you wanted your curve.
Right.
You find something that had that shape to it, and then you'd use rubber bands to wrap the hat around it.
No, what I usually did was I cupped it around my hands, and then I'd steam something over the stove, get some steam cracking, and then I just
help it keep the shape.
Kind of hold over there and let it steam a little bit, and then then I just let it kind of air out. Usually was all right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not really a hat guy.
What size hat would you need to get if you got it fitted though with your hair?
Well, me now with the hair, I don't even know, but I think I used to do. It was either 7.5 or 7 3/8.
I'm 7 3/8. That's what I do. 7.5.
And I think if I did it with the hair now, well, it depends. If I did it like over the hair, where I just like try to tuck the hair all the hair in,
like a 9.5.
I don't know if it'd be that big. versus me like pulling the hair down.
I don't rock hats. I rock helmets.
And then cinching the hat over it. Probably be a smaller one, but I don't know. 7.5, 7 3/8.
I had a homie who used to wear an 8.
That seems big.
I used to man
clown.
Yeah, you take his hat would make me feel like a little kid. It would just drop over my eyes and I'm like, dog, like you got a dome, bro.
Put a bowling ball inside that thing.
Like, you got a domer pile.
What up, Dome Dash?
No, yeah, but 7 3/8 is my size. I think back in the day it was because I still have a lot of my old hats from back in the day. It was like 7 1/8 at one point.
Oof.
But that was way back.
All right, so as a person who hasn't bought a hat in 15 plus years, what's the going rate for a hat right now?
About 40, 45.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, I was buying my fitteds for, 15, 20. Now they're like 45, 50.
And
55.
I love that you still rock the fitteds, because our fitteds coming back. Our fitteds back.
I never jumped on the snapback. I don't like snapbacks.
I was never a fan of snapbacks.
For one, I don't like it because when I do size it, I do have a little extra.
Yeah.
I don't want that
Get
thing,
the little
floppy
flappy.
thing. I wear my hats backwards a lot. I don't like the plastic thing across my face.
Yeah.
It's just, fitteds are just comfortable.
I remember that snapbacks and tattoos era. Snapbacks and tattoos.
It's funny too because there was a period where when I'd go into a store looking for a new fitted, and like I'd be looking, and then the dude working there would go, "Hey, we got the snapbacks over here on sale," and I'm like, "That's cool.
Give me the fitted."
Fitted.
If I get a hat, it's got to be a fitted. I'm not a fan of snapbacks.
So yeah, I do fitteds. I usually try to get them when they the buy one get one half off.
Yeah.
Try to double down, but I got some secret spots too that because all my hats are LA hats. Like you probably noticed that. They're either Dodger hats with varying colors.
I actually don't notice because they're always turned around.
Or let me face the other way. Or they're Laker hats. Of varying colors and whatnot. Yeah. But I have some spots that sell some that ironically they don't sell in California. They don't sell in LA for that matter.
Right.
Which is weird because they're LA hats.
You would think, yeah.
But I have some spots online and out of states. They're genuine, but they're just not. I just can't find them anywhere here. But so I love
those limiteds.
I have some colors that people approach me. Where you get that from? Because I used to always, especially doing the shows and stuff. I always match my hats to either my shoes, my shirt, something.
Yeah.
And there was different colors that just people had never seen before. I always liked that.
Shout out to Tony Vick. He got a verse in the song that says, "My shoes match my shirts match my hat."
Yeah, indeed.
I was like, fire.
Another cover head.
Can you reach that? Can you reach that?